Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another video here of Monopoly. Doing another client testimonial interview with Dr. Ruth and Mary Jill, and they are actually out in Europe right now. They are nomads enjoying their best life. Guys, say hi.
Howdy.
Hello.
Perfect.
Bravo.
I definitely appreciate you guys hopping on and taking some time out of your day to hop on this with me and kind of go over your experience with our service. So let's just go ahead and dive into this. Can you tell me about like when you guys started and also a little bit about your experience so far?
Yeah, right around November, December, I think everything finally got pulled together, and the experience was really pretty good. I think there's maybe there's a little disconnect between sales and what actually happened. So Aaron was great during the sales process, helped us kind of understand some of the ins and outs of it. But we initially put a relatively small amount, so 25,000. Not that that's small, into inventory. But then it's like, okay, if we really want to make this grow, what do we need to do? So we dumped all the way up to 100,000 in capital in for inventory. And that's been amazing. The store sales have bumped up to consistently around 40,000 for the last several months, and they're starting to climb up to, I think we're at 48,000 over the last 30 days, which is awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, that was our big goal, was to have something that would create cash flow that took minimal effort. And so far, so good. What we've been doing is just reinvesting cash into the inventory to keep growing the sales.
Yeah.
And kind of where we are.
Awesome. So talk a little bit about the disconnect. Tell me more about that between sales and what actually goes on.
So what Aaron was saying is that the profit was somewhere around 20%. And based on the spreadsheet you all have sent over, I think we're somewhere between 10 and 15%. So that was like, well, okay. But I think also too, we've got some items that are sitting in inventory that are getting over that 180-day age mark. And so that may be part of what's going on, is that we've got cash tied up in inventory that's not selling. So it's difficult to purchase items that may be more profitable. Too, I think some of those items those were definitely Christmas type buys. And so we're walking back into that season.
Christmas season again. So here we go.
So maybe it'll all sell in the next 2 months, which would be awesome.
Yeah. So just to explain the process, I'm not exactly sure what Aaron told you, or anyone that, for those of you that are watching, anyone that you speak to that's associated with us. The way it really works, when we talk about percentages, it's really annual. On the lower end stores will get somewhere between 20 and higher 20s. And the higher end, you'll get anywhere from 40 to 50% annually. But monthly, of course, it's going to range all the time. Some months you're going to be really high profit margin, some months lower. And especially what you said, right? Because not all the products sell out, not all the products work out. So that's what kind of drives the margin down, because then we have to lower the price on some products, liquidate them, or for instance, like you're going back into Christmas season, so we have the opportunity to sell them again. All right. So, and that, like, I made plenty of different videos on YouTube talking about this. Like, some of the products, yep, they're not going to work out, and that's just gonna, you'll see that we'll start selling them at a negative or at a break even, which of course drives their margin a little bit lower. And then from there, you get the capital out and reinvest into a different opportunity or whatever that may be. But as long as you're getting anywhere between, high 20s to upwards of 50% annually on your working capital, that's going to outperform any kind of automated investment, compared to like real estate or stock market portfolio, anything like that. Just like with stocks, not all stocks will work out. That's why you buy a portfolio of them. And not all, in real estate, not all units are constantly being leased or rented out. Same kind of concept here.
Right on.
But overall, is this a good experience or a bad experience for you guys?
I'd say overall it's a pretty good experience, because we don't really have to do a whole lot.
Yeah,
which is great.
Yeah, it's fantastic. There's not too many other, even if the the profit margin stays at 12%, there's not much else you could do that requires literally responding to a couple of messages in WhatsApp, on a daily basis, and, transferring money. So for less than 5 minutes a day, that's a fantastic,
Yeah.
it's a fantastic deal. And
Yeah.
that's the awesome thing, is it's creating a nice cash flow for us. So like I said, our goal right now is to grow the sales as much as possible. And then probably in year 2, we'll start taking cash distributions out.
Yep.
And it's also good to, diversify. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a good idea to keep everything in stocks or everything in real estate. So this ended up being a really nice alternative investment for us.
Perfect. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and log into your store results wise. So I'll go ahead and start from today. So it's right now it's noon on the East Coast. So majority of sales actually come in like an afternoon, evening time. That's when people start shopping on the East Coast, and then West Coast joins along as well. But I believe your store started sales in December of 2022. So let me
Exactly.
I think the first sale was December 8th or something like that. December, yeah,
Yep.
9th, whatever. Yeah, so December, and that's the coolest thing is this is just the first year, right? The store is going to get even better and better as your reviews grow, as Amazon trusts you more. And you guys will notice, I believe by next month, you're going to start getting inventory limits, and your limits to get decreased because everyone limits goes down because more and more people are utilizing FBA, and Amazon does not have unlimited amounts of storage. So you guys have done 232,000 in sales since start so far. And then let's go ahead and actually take a look at the numbers of the result of that. So right around 216,000, but we also have lots of pending orders as you guys are scaling up. Pending orders basically means when someone made a purchase, but Amazon hasn't fully received the funds yet. People paying lots of different ways. That's why it takes a few days to sometimes a few weeks for an order to clear. And as the bigger the store gets, the more pending orders you're going to have. And it's like, that's why we wait about 3 weeks after the month ends to actually send you a profit split, because we're waiting for all of those orders to clear for it to be as accurate as possible. But right now, as of 216,000 in sales, we have total cost of 188,000. Of course, those that are watching, they did not invest 188,000 up front into products. There's a bunch of reorders, right? They're flipping their funds over and over and over again. We got about $27,600 in profit. Again, this is after losses. This is after the inventory that they're talking about, they were talking about selling at a negative, right? This is all is included in here, all the fees, all the refunds, it's all included in there. So far, 27,000. You guys start off with about $100,000 in working capital, right?
Yes.
Right on.
We're about 8 months in right now, 27,000. The store is at 27% ROI so far if you do off of the original 100,000. Now, obviously, we take 30% of that. 27,000, just doing even numbers here, times 0.7. You guys have kept 18,900. So you're about almost at 19% cash and cash return within 8 months.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, so we're definitely gonna hit those numbers, and especially with Q4 coming to like kind of what Aaron told you about, like that 20-30%. That's exactly how it works. We can't do it if getting 20% monthly will outperform Warren Buffett and everyone else.
Right.
Right, that's insane. But yeah, so that with the annual returns, that's exactly how it works out. Do you have any other experiences that you would like to share? Anything you would like to say about our service, or even recommendations?
No, I mean, it's been client correspondent, whoever that is, or whatever group of people they are, very, very considerate, courteous, very quick to respond to any questions I've had. So that's been super easy. The onboarding process was easy. I think even getting the sales tax license in South Dakota is, I have another business. It took me 3 months to get that. The service that you all used, they had it in 2 weeks. And I was like, dang. Yeah. It was a massive pain to get that from South Dakota. So everything has been super easy. Think of anything negative, really. I mean, it's been an awesome ride.
Yeah.
And it's it's great
Guys,
because
don't
it's
make this too good to
replacing.
be true. A lot of
Well,
people
no,
come in, they're like, "Oh, this sounds too good." I'm like, let's find some negatives
see
here.
what's else. Yeah. No, I mean, that's the cool thing. I mean, our goal was to replace some investments that are
Excellent.
coming to an end for us. And so about the time they end, this is going to be cash flowing like crazy. So that was the game plan, and it's executing so far so good.
What would you recommend to the newest person coming into Inopoly? What would you recommend them to know, or any advice you could give them?
I mean, the big deal is as much cash as you can throw into inventory is the way to go. We're in a different place in life, so we could self-fund, but Aaron connected me with somebody that's got a kind of, they're like a fractional CFO, and that wasn't a good deal for us, but for somebody else that doesn't have as many cash assets, I could see where that would be useful. But the faster you throw money into the inventory, the faster the sales are going to grow, and it will help you and Inopoly figure out what's working on our storefront, and what to buy and what not to rebuy.
Yeah, I love that you brought that up, because the more money you throw at this, like, of course, it's just like the stock market, right? If you just throw a few $1,000s into just a little bit of stocks and you don't buy a whole portfolio, well, there's a higher chance those stocks won't work out. Whereas if you
Right.
have a much bigger portfolio, everything's gonna work out. Yes, some stuff won't, but a lot of the stuff will. So the more money you spend, typically, for my experience, the less risk you have, just because you're gonna have more winning than you'll ever have losing. That we do everything humanly possible with data and research, before we send any client a purchase order. And the more money you spend, the more buying power I have. Because when I structure these wholesale deals, we're putting our money where our mouth is, right? I'm actually sending hundreds of thousands of dollars at once, for wires, or ACHs, whatever the case is. And the more we have, the better deals we get, and the better deals we can offer to everyone. So if everyone kind of takes that advice that Ruth said, it makes us stronger. And actually, can't really say less risk, because of course, every business has risk, but from our experience, it's safer to do so.
Right on. That makes sense.
Yeah.
The more you can spend with a vendor, the better deal you're going to get.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Awesome. Well, Ruth, Mary Jo, thank you so much for your time. Anything else you'd like to add?
Not that I can think of.
I mean, yeah, it's
It's just been, easy, great. I was a little skeptical at first. Because I was like, what? And but Aaron talked us through it, and I was like, well, let's try. So we put a little bit of cash in to begin with, and things looked good, and it was okay to start slow and then feel comfortable, and then be able to add more cash into it, instead of putting a ton of cash in the beginning and really not feeling good about it. That's an okay thing to do too.
Absolutely. Yep. The one thing I have no control over is clients' funds. I can't force you to spend money. I can't say what to do with your money. I can just bring you guys the best opportunities possible. But again, you decide how this business works, how fast you want it to scale, and your comfort level with spending money. Thank you so much, guys, for hopping on. Let's continue growing these successful store.
sounds super.